everybody, I Tushar Jain, CFO and Research Head of Ajay Astromoniguru.com. Welcome all of you today on 7th July 2021. In this episode, I will discuss about the Zomato's IPO that will and is expected to open on the 19th July 2021. And if you look at some details about the company, I hope we all know about the Zomato as it is well popular company, especially among the millennials and generation Z population. So now I will discuss some of the facts and details about the Zomato. It was incorporated in 2010 and Zomato Limited is one of the leading online food service platforms in terms of the value of the food sold as of December 31st, 2020, and it offers the online food ordering services. Also, you can reserve your tables and bookings through the Zomato in some states and some localities. Also, it provides B2B services also. In that segment, it generates revenue from Hyperpure, that is a supply of high quality ingredients and kitchen products to the restaurant, and also Zomato Pro, which is a customer loyalty program. And as of December 31st, 2020, Zomato has established a strong footprint across 23 countries with 131,233 active food delivery restaurants and 161,637 active delivery partners, and an average monthly food order of 10.7 million customers. And now if we look at the financials of the company of last 3 years, so we have data only till 31st December 2020. So in the financial year 2021, the last quarter details have not been published yet by the company. Therefore, we will consider only till 31st December 2020. So if we compare its total asset, then in financial year 2018, it was at around 14,000 million rupees, and it rose to around 70,000 million in till 31st December 2020. So in financial year 2018, the total revenue was around 5,000 million, which increased to 27,427 million in financial year 2020, and in financial year 2021, as on 31st December 2020, the total revenue is at the level of 13,676 million. And if we look at the profit after tax of the company, then we can see that from last 3 years whose data are available, the company is showing continuous losses. The profit after tax in financial year 2018, the company reported loss of around 1,000 crore, followed by 10,000 crore loss in financial year 2019, 23 around 24,000 crore loss in financial year 2020, and for the financial year 2021, as on 31st December, it have made a loss of around 7,000 million, which is quite low as compared to the last financial year's loss, which was at around 24,000 million rupees. So the company is planning to acquire around 8,250 crores through its IPO, from which 7,500 crore will be through the fresh issue, and around 325 crores by OFS. Earlier it was estimated and assumed that the OFS value was 750 crores, but 2 days back its promoter or the shareholder which is holding its share worth of 750 crore, that is the Info Edge, have declared that it will not sell its 750 crore, rather it will sell through the OFS the 50% of its holding, that is around 325 crores. So which can be considered as a positive news for the Zomato IPO, as it indicates that Info Edge is expecting and is analyzing that the Zomato IPO will be a great success, and also the price of the Zomato share after listing will rise, due to which they have blocked and they are holding their 50% holding of around 325 crores for the future. And also the second reason, maybe they are expecting the good growth for the company for the long term perspective. In that condition also, they will earn more profit by holding 50% of their holdings. So these are some of the facts and some relevant information about the Zomato's IPO. Rest, it all depends on the offer price of the Zomato IPO, which will be declared on 19 July. So after declaring the offer price only, then only we can compare its the PE with its industries, and whether the price of that IPO is affordable or not. That we'll discuss after the offer price is been declared. So by concluding this episode, according to me, if the offer price is good, then we can go for subscribe for the Zomato IPO. That means we can subscribe Zomato's IPO. But again, I will say it all depends on the offer price, which will be declared on 19 July. Then only we can come to the conclusion whether we actually should subscribe or ignore this IPO. But if we kept aside its price and look at the financials as well as the future prospects of the company as well as the fundamentals, then this is a good company to go for the IPO perspective. So I hope you like our episode. I'll come up with another episode after its offer price will be declared, and will advise and share my views whether you should subscribe or ignore this IPO. Till then, see you, and keep watching our other episodes on Indian stock markets, commodities market, agro commodities, base metals, etc. on the same channel. So that's all for the today's episode. See you in the next episode. Thank you and good day.